All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in. And as always, if you can like it, subscribe to it, share it, follow it, whatever the platform, I greatly appreciate it. The channels are growing, so I appreciate it very, very much, and we are getting there, slow but sure. So I really appreciate you tuning in and watching the videos. So a while back, I did a video on baits that I would start off with first thing in the spring. Okay, here in the Northeast with water temps in the low to, well, not low 30s, but mid to upper 30s, 40, 45 degrees. Again, in the Northeast, natural bodies of water, not rivers or highland reservoirs dammed up impoundments, okay? So one of the baits I talked about, which, not only do I have tied on first thing in the spring, but almost always, is a jig or some form of a jig. Now, I haven't done a video on specifically jigs, and I will do that, okay? But there are a lot of jigs in the market, and maybe we should do something like that soon, because it can be confusing as to all the different types of jigs and, where they shine, because not all jigs are created equal. A lot of them are technique specific. So maybe we'll plan to do that here in a little bit. But for now, for today, a couple that I throw are basically this time of year, cold water. I like to have a compact, full-bodied bait, if you will. Okay, so this is just a little football head. This is just a quarter-ounce football head on it with a little natural craw. Again, full skirt. And I like this, okay? It falls slow. It really imitates just the perfect size, in my opinion, perfect size crawfish that the fish would eat when the crawfish first come out of the mud in early spring. And they come out a lot earlier than you would think. And you'll find areas like, even with that cold of water temperature, late March, early April, you will find, say, smallmouth extremely shallow. And that's what they're doing. They're up there feeding on crawfish that are first coming out of the mud. That's what this imitates. Okay, a little green pumpkin, some watermelon flake mixed in there. But for the most part, a very natural bait. Like I said, very nice little natural crawfish on it. The other is, I'll go also fish a 3/8 at times, but I'll go to a half ounce. Again, with the tungsten, the head looks a lot smaller. You can obtain that weight that you need without the size. Okay, so this is a, green pumpkin orange. Anybody that knows me knows I throw it a lot for a lot of different reasons. But again, I haven't trimmed back the skirt. I haven't thinned it out, shortened it out or anything. It's just as full as it came. Actually, these are jigs that I put together myself. Again, half ounce tungsten, and trailer wise, it's just a small craw. Okay, not a lot of action to it. Not a lot of appendages, or tails to waggle. All I'm doing is I'm looking to add some bulk to the bait, to keep the skirt out, and add a little bit more weight to it, so I get a little bit slower fall. Again, this displaces a little bit more water, okay? And this is matched up basically green pumpkin and green pumpkin, and certainly you can do whatever combination that works for you. But a modification that I like to do to these baits is a little spike it pen. Okay, this happens to be orange, but I got red here, chartreuse, blue. And I can do that to the bait depending on water clarity, bait that's in the area. If I want to imitate a crawfish, certainly all these colors can do that. Because you'll see crawfish, that has some orange on them, some red on them, some blue on them. Or if I see bluegill in the area, I can add a little bit of blue to it. If the water's a little darker, I can create a little bit more of a contrast. At the end of the day, though, this time of year, water typically is clear, is very clear, and I like to keep things natural, okay? But every single case, I will take my spike it pens, and I will just kind of touch up. Here I'm just touching up the craw a little bit. Normally I do this like on the cover of the box, something like that, or a piece of paper towel, so I don't get it on me. But I'm just adding a little bit of detail to the bait. If nothing else, it makes me feel like I've done something that's going to make the bait more attractive to a bass. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. I never fish these things without doing something to them. You know, and obviously, you know, over the course of time, this has worked out for me. Okay, so this has gotten me, I know for a fact, this has gotten me more bites by doing that. So a few little things about jigs. Those are the jigs I like to throw. A couple little tricks you can make them, you know, to make them more appealing to the bass and give you more confidence, all right? Okay, so appreciate it. Keep on the lookout for more videos on a few of those baits that I talked about in that video about getting started first thing in the spring and the baits that I like to throw. All right, again, appreciate you tuning in and watching it. We'll see you out on the water for sure.